All right, the cannon will be starting in the standing position. All right, first to prepare the clue. All right, you're going to ensure that the clue is off. All right, you will insert the clue battery by pressing down firmly on the latch, opening up the cover, and insert the battery. You will then lie the round down with the latch assembly facing upward. You will take a knee on the left-hand side of the round. You identify the clue interface connector. Open up the cap. Identify the round interface connector and open up its cap. The clue will be first and then the round will be second. You identify the day cover as well as the night cover. You open up the day first and then you open up the night. You identify your round hooks from the clue, insert it into the bracket of the round and connect it. Once connected, you will press down firmly on the actual clue. You should hear an audible click. All right, you will then rock side to side to ensure the connection of the clue and the round are connected. You will then pick up the javelin. You identify the wire rope. You will then pull the wire rope, allowing the pin to fall out. You identify the latch. You turn it counterclockwise. You will then control the actual cap and place the cap onto the ground. You identify the front of the round, checking for dirt and debris, and then you would then place the javelin onto the cap. You would then reach over to your power switch, turn it from off to night, and wait 2.5 to 3.5 minutes for the NBS to cool down. Yeah. You would then select a good fire position. It can be standing, it can be kneeling, or it can be seated. At this point in time, this is the first time that the grader is expecting the candidate to actually verbalize something, okay? All right, so now we're gonna have this dialogue, all right, between the demonstrator and myself, all right, me being the grader, the demonstrator being the candidate, all right? So pay attention to what it is that the candidate is saying, meaning you, and then I'll respond with something, the grader, okay?
Clue indicator lights lit.
Clue indicator light is lit. That is the very first thing that the candidate is going to say to the grader. The grader then will respond with clue indicator light is flashing. All right, let me give a little tip on flashing. Flashing means pulsating, right? So minutes or seconds. All right, so listen to what the candidate is getting ready to say here in a second.
Turning day, wait for 30 to 60 seconds.
Turning to day, waiting for 30 to 60 seconds, okay? All right, so I just said flashing, okay? So I'm trying to clue you in into, hey, turn it to day for 30 to 60 seconds. I will then respond with 30 seconds has elapsed. All right, elapsed, meaning stop, cease, gone by. All right, so I'm prepping you for the next command. All right, so then you'll see this.
Turn the switch to off position, then back to night position.
Okay, he went from off position to the night position.
Adjusting the diameter.
All right, adjusting diameter. That is another portion you need to say as well.
Javelin is prepared to fire.
Javelin is prepared to fire.
Seeking 1, 2, 3, 4. Back plus area clear. Firing, locking, firing.
Misfire. What he just said was seeking 1, 2, 3, 4, while still looking into the actual eyepiece and still engaging with the seeking trigger. Back blast area clear. Turn your head and eyes 90 degrees over your left shoulder and state back blast area clear. Re-engage into the eyepiece and say acquiring, locking, firing, and then the response from the grader will then now be misfired. All right, that is the first portion of the actual 2 parts of Javelin, okay? So you'll receive that 1 misfire. All right, then we'll go into the part 2, all right, where you have 2 minutes to conduct it, okay? Immediately, once the grader, hey, says 3, 2, 1, all right, begin, you will repeat step 18. If you were to take a picture of the actual task condition standard board, all right, performance measure 18, you will go right back into it, right back into your seeking. Watch.
Seeking 1, 2, 3, 4. Pepper every clear. Acquiring, locking, firing.
Misfire. That's one of part 2.
Seeking 1, 2, 3, 4. Pepper every clear. Acquiring, locking, firing.
Misfire. That's 2. That's part 2. Okay, so part 2 receives 2 misfires immediately, right off the rip. Okay, then something must be done. Immediate action must be done. All right, so we're gonna go for day for 1 second, and then go to the off position, and then actually dismount the actual javelin from our shoulder, placing it on the cap, hitting the disengage button behind the actual clue, checking for dirt and debris while sweeping, placing the clue back onto the round, ensuring that it's connected properly with an audible click, then rotate the switch from off to night, and then re-engage your target. You go right into seeking.
Seeking 1, 2, 3, 4. Pepper every clear. Acquiring, locking, firing.
Misfire. All right, something must be done. Immediate action. Now we're going to replace the BCU. We've already had that dialogue right at the beginning. We know where the BCU should be located. Had we had one, migrators understand that, hey, tapping the actual BCU location or rubbing it, all right, will actually indicate you're replacing it, okay? But you must state replacing BCU.
Replacing PCU. Seeking 1, 2, 3, 4. Pepper every clear. Acquiring, locking, firing.
Misfired. All right, misfired. The fourth and final misfire. All right, you're gonna switch to mode to day for 1 second, and then to off. Taking the javelin off your actual right shoulder, placing onto the cap itself. Fully disconnecting the clue by hitting the disable button, and then placing the clue onto the ground, and then you'll state these words.
I will move 25 meters away or move around 25 meters away from the fighting position. Attain a new round.
All right, and at that time, your 2 minutes will stop for part 2. All right, are there any questions pertaining to part